Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What is up?
It's morning.
It is morning. It sure
Yeah.
is.
Look, it's morning.
It's snowing here.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It is not here.
It's a whole. So it was kind of doing weird stuff, but
It's 55 Fahrenheit here.
like, I didn't get that job that I had an interview for.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's okay though. I'm not super worried about it. There's another one that I'm gonna apply to.
No, I mean I get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm really hoping for that internship.
Mm-hmm.
Paid internship?
I believe so.
Oh, nice.
Because it said like it'll go from March to August depending on availability and funding.
Mm.
Yep. So it's like a grant funded institute.
I guess. They're looking for greener solutions in the oil industry.
Mm.
So they're doing algae.
No, let me bring up the email. They produce biosurfactants, biopolymers, enzymes, and other specialty
Surfactant.
bio-based materials by microbial fermentation processes. Um,
Cool.
the goal of the internship is to provide internship skills and experience working with bio-based materials for oil field applications. I think it was on their website that I saw more.
Yeah, you should definitely look at that before the interview.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Like you should probably know what they're doing.
Okay, like I have a general idea, and I did look at their website because I had to go there to apply.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Here we go. Innovative biosurfactant solutions for oil and gas applications.
Yeah,
Significant.
right.
What?
Probably surfactant.
Yes, surfactant. Significant increases in recoverable reserves and well production rates, the most effective surface active agents in the oil industry, green treatments with proven profits.
So I spent an hour building a map, and then I went to save it, and it didn't save.
That's
Sure does. Oh, dang it! I have the wrong one again.
showing up.
Why do I keep doing this every time? Sorry, people. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Ah! Shit. Okay. Sorry.
Shoy.
Dang it. There you go. I promise. I am actually good at this game. Just this
What
is
game?
the game of trying to get this to fucking work. Alright, round two. Let's try again.
Done so distraught.
because I do it every fucking time. Alright, there we go. Every time I done goof it up. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Is it happening?
Yeah, things are up. I'm sorry. It's. I
Wait,
promise.
we're streaming?
Yeah, it's been up for a while.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Here we are, just waiting for you to start.
Oh no, it's been up for a minute. Sorry. Hello and welcome to everyone. Sorry I don't have my shit together this morning.
Monday.
It is Monday. It really is. So today I'm joined
Literally,
by.
it is Monday.
It is. Today we have a short segment of Morning Brew with Dr. Colin. That is my fault. I double booked some stuff, but he's here. So grab your coffee, grab your brain,
Yep, I have my.
do some
grab your
brain
brain.
stuff.
Well, I was thinking I wanted to get some of these new pictures we have integrated into this beast.
Okay.
So I know we have Darius.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bring this down just a smidgen.
So I'm gonna change Mr. Darius's picture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll change the size too once we have more written.
I love the bounty hunter.
It was good inspiration.
It
I don't know
is.
if Andrew knew about it.
I don't know if he did.
It's probably for the best that I did it.
Okay,
It's
that's
alright.
a little off.
Whoa! What was that? Something happened. Hey! Thank you for following. Appreciate you. Yeah, from Lego My Doggo. Yeah. Do you want to see my dog? We have one of those here. That's a thing. If that's something you're interested in. But thank you for the follow. Yeah, we appreciate it.
It's a little
It's
white.
back over here. Anywho, so Darius looks a little squatty.
I know. Little bit of height.
Just gotta extend that torso.
Still a little wide. Still a little wide.
It's a little chody. It's fine.
I mean, he's a chunky dwarf.
He is. He a chunky.
Still.
My computer is having like a whole ass time today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to see if I got an update. Maybe.
A little bit.
Speaking of updates, I was playing Phasmophobia with a friend last night.
Mm-hmm.
And in the time we were playing, there was an update. So when Patty got on, it's like she couldn't find the game that we were playing, like the server.
Right.
And we were so confused. We're like, did she not update? And she's like, yes, I updated.
Weird.
And I went and looked at her here, and she was one version ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
Or point one version ahead of us.
But like just enough.
Yeah, so we were both like, 'cause she only started playing like half an hour after us.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that time,
Yeah. It did
there was
like
an update,
during that. That's funny.
which is kind of funny,
Yeah,
honestly.
Are y'all ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm scared.
I'm not. I'm ready. Oh! Oh my god, it looks so good!
Pretty sick gnarly.
That's awesome.
It looks so good.
Go back to the cover. You see that brooch just sitting there, that necklace.
And then...
Clean and pristine. Get down here.
Ugh,
Oopsie poopsie.
she hella did. Oh, it looks so good.
Alright, we need to get the colossal hermit crab in here. You think just right there? I think just right there.
Yeah, I think it's a goodness. Yeah.
Does it have a background? It does have a background. Okay. So it's... God, this art's so good. I'm glad we're getting it in here. Awesome sight. Okay.
Oh, and the coral hydra. I love the colors. It looks so good. I love everything about it. Bonsoir, Cosmodius. Amlurk. It's okay, I appreciate you for attending.
We appreciate you being here.
Yes. If I swing this over here. Bonsoir, Amlurk.
That's why.
Oh. Oh my god, it looks so good.
It looks so good. That's crazy.
What's the plan today? Right now we're putting in art, like all of Sophie's art, and it looks so fucking good.
That page is awesome.
Kaz, did you see the cover? It's clean out. It does. It looks so good. It is crispy. Look at that cover!
Gorge.
I saw Andrew's. It looks really good. Yeah, no, it's perf.
Okay, so for now, should I put the pelican wyvern image in next to the juvenile pelican wyvern?
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever get a picture of a juvenile pelican.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That actually brings me to a question that I have. Donnie.
What?
What is
Oh no. Oh no.
what is Sophie drawing for us next?
I don't know.
Cuz she said
I assume it's a cover.
Oh, okay, that would make sense. Cuz she said it was something big and that it would probably take some time. And I didn't even think to ask like what it was. And so it's going to be a surprise for all of us.
No, I think I know exactly what she's doing. I think I've seen concepts for it too.
Unsure if it's just my stream, but it has a bit jittery and the movement on the screen. No, that's my fault. It's because it's because I'm doing something. Give me just a second. I'm trying to save stuff, and like every time I move the mouse around, it like flickers the tab that's open for Discord, and so it does weird stuff. I apologize.
So it wasn't my fault with Foundry.
No, Foundry was you. But this one,
I don't know what you're talking about.
one is me.
It runs smoothly for me.
Like, yeah, like this one's me.
I think
That's
it's
me.
I think it's your fault because you're in Germany.
Yeah, okay.
Well, think about it. It's got to travel halfway. It has to travel across the world.
That's not how the internet works, Don.
Yeah, it is.
Hear him out.
It is, yeah, like it is not. It's not like Wonka Vision. Like it doesn't have to like disperse and then put itself back together again in front of your TV. Like,
Okay. Are you an internet person?
am I an internet person? Like, I'm a person
Yeah.
on the internet.
I understand the internet.
Yeah, like technically, I'm
Is that what
on
we're
the
talking
internet
about?
at this exact moment. Yeah.
I don't think you're an internet builder, and thus, how would you know?
Are you calling? Maybe I am an Oompa Loompa. Get the fuck out of here, Don. You don't know.
Yeah, says the girl
You don't
who
know
can't
me.
even get a job as a secretary.
You don't know my life. Also, it was not a secretary. Thank you very much.
Sure.
It was a
That's
automation,
so real.
auto something or other for an elementary school. So basically, I'd be in charge of like pay stuff for some of the teachers and like ordering things that they need and that kind of
Teachers
thing.
don't get paid.
Yeah, I know, right? No, teachers do not get paid.
Okay, if
I
we,
wouldn't-
you were a secretary, or you wanted to be
Oh.
one.
Okay.
Here,
Yeah.
so here's the question. This is the light mode. You know how like these pictures, they can be lighter or darker. So there's the light version. Here's the dark version. Wait for it.
Ooh.
Wait for
That
it. No,
pop,
it's not quite
though.
yet. Did it go? Yeah.
That looks
Yeah, right.
horrible.
No, it does
What?
not.
Dude, the colors on it is so bad.
Why?
No, I don't think
It's like
It
so.
looks
Pelican
so
orange.
off to me.
It does not. I think it looks
Okay,
fine.
so here, we'll go back one though.
Yeah,
Here's,
so maybe-
here's the normal color.
Yeah, it looks
That's
fine to
a
me. And like the orange
color
looks
is
cool, but like the purple becomes horrendous.
I mean, me personally, I'd never say anything Sophie does. It's so random.
Yeah, I would also never say that. Don's out here assuming everyone, standing on everything. Exactly.
All
But
right, we'll go with the original.
I'm not gonna fangirl over her.
You should.
I like her art.
You should
I think it's
absolutely.
amazing.
fangirl.
However, you're altering her art, so who's really insulting her?
It's not altering it. It's because when it's on the actual, like in the book, like you can't tell. It doesn't look the same as when she drew it because of the background. You have to adjust it for its surrounding coloring.
Yeah,
Okay.
that adjustment looked really bad.
Well, then that's why we tested it out.
Yeah.
Brosif.
Brosif. Hans Brolo.
Oh, hi,
Barack
Sophie.
Obama.
How's it going?
Hey, Sophie.
Ah.
Welcome. We're doing
Thank
some
you.
morning brew time, and then it'll be your turn.
Cool. Yeah.
We're putting your art into the
Can you
book right
see the
now.
screen? Yeah, your little crab. This probably won't be the only place it's in
Little
here. But,
crab.
well, it's little,
Aw.
but it's like perfect.
Yeah,
It fits in
it
this
did.
spot.
It
just
fit
absolutely perfect.
perfectly right in that spot.
He's definitely one of the more square things I did. A lot of
Uh-huh.
them are just kind of like sprawling and
Yeah.
long and
It's fine. They're, yeah.
The pelican wyverns.
Hey.
Yup.
It looks so good.
Yeah, they've been fangirling over you for the
Look,
last like.
we
10
are
minutes.
allowed to do so, okay? It is an
Aw.
accurate description of how we feel about things.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Or
There's-
better
there's
yet,
the
like, no
magic-
thank you.
There's the magic zone. With Sophie, I feel like there's a magic point in time where it goes from like she's talking and doing a sketch, and you're like, oh, I can kind of see where she's going with this. This is gonna look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you turn away and you look back and you're like, well, what?
Yeah, it's like watching a Bob Ross painting. Like, it's like
It just materializes.
Yeah, all of a sudden it just becomes a fucking like whole ass
just a
thing,
line.
and you're like, what? Did I just see magic happen? Like, what the fuck?
The thing is, my art process is kind of a mess from start to finish. I just like control the mess, I guess.
Controlled chaos.
Control the mess. Yep.
Yep. It's just like erasing the really, really messy bits and eventually producing something. Oh, do you need the screen shared, or do we gotta wait on that a second?
You can go ahead and switch over.
Yeah, you can switch. I want to say hello to Colin in large scale.
Larger.
Ah! Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. It's fine. It's cool. I'm chill.
What is that?
It is beautiful.
Cover.
Oh, it's is it the Monster Manual cover? The Monster Book cover? Oh my god.
This is where I'm going so far.
Oh,
and I kind of like that we have a lot of people here because we can kind of talk about it. And
yes.
Because, I want to make sure we got like scale right and like I'm including the right monsters and all sorts of things like that.
Oh my god, it looks beautiful.
Aww.
BRB dying, don't mind me. I just want to stare at it.
And let me know when you want me to actually start editing it. I'm not sure.
Oh, you're good. You're up. Yep, it's up.
Oh,
Cass said, dang, it looks so good. Or it looks so dang good. It really does, though. It is just beautiful.
It looks so dang. It looks so
I suppose we could go on a tour, so...
Words.
Yeah, so I got the Topo turtle, and I've got pelican wyverns, like, perching on it.
Yes.
And they're kind of, like, scale-wise, they're kind of massive, like, depending on how big these trees actually are.
Yeah, but, I mean...
They should be massive.
It's fine.
Okay. And then there's a little... What do you call it? The squid, the vampiric stranglers down here. He's just kind of hanging out over what could be the title.
Yes.
I just kind of left a big space.
Yeah.
And a couple sharks. They could be were sharks, I suppose. And then the Alimora, which... Yeah, I gotta do some... oh god, I have so many... I forgot how many layers I have on this thing. It's insane.
Oh my goodness. I love it. I love everything about it.
So I figured I would start in on color today because I had some like rough stuff plotted out at the very, very, very beginning. Let's see here.
Oh, we gotta follow. I don't know who is Bearded Fortress. Thank you for following us. We appreciate you.
We welcome and accept all forms of beards.
All forms of beard. Yes.
Okay. Oh, let's see here. So we'll start out with the turtle itself.
Yes, I love this color scheme that we've got going on. I'm digging
I love how it gets darker towards the bottom. It's like you just see this form. You know it's something.
Great.
I love gradients so much. I have so much fun with it.
Have you? I assume you saw the Alamora picture.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I kind of tried to like, because it's a little closer, so I went with like.
Yeah.
Kind of broke up the turtle shell.
Yeah. No, that's fine. It looks fucking beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. If there's any,
zero
like,
complaints.
Okay. Yep. Who was it that did that originally? Was that New Draw or?
No, so that was done by my friend Summer. Her Instagram is Sure Signs of Summer, and she has been doing art for a while, and I had this like really janky looking like literally I went onto the internet and like I found like different pictures of different animals that we wanted it to look like. And then I like went into Microsoft PowerPoint and like cropped them all together into this like horrendous looking like Frankenstein monster, and I sent it to her and I was like, if you can turn this into an actual drawing, like I would appreciate that. And she was like, okay. So I was like, here's a challenge for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so I was like, I know she had been talking about, like, she had just opened up her commissions and everything, and I was like, if you don't have anyone, like, anything super pressing, like, I got something for you.
That's
and
awesome.
So, yeah, so that was, and it came out so good.
Yep. Yeah, she did an awesome job on that. Oh.
Oops. I'm sucking at this whole thing today. That's my cover. Bruh. My, what the fuck is this thing called? My keyboard has been doing weird stuff lately where it just like won't connect to things. Like all of a sudden it'll be like, haha, we're not gonna work. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, I guess.
My mouse will do that. It's just like, well, no, I'm actually not going to work today. Like,
oh my god, I hate that. It's the worst. Like, it'll like take a second to skip around, and then I'll have to like try to click out of whatever I have up, or like go into my settings or something, and I have to like guess where the mouse is gonna land in order to actually click on things. Like,
that sucks.
just like, this is lame.
Yeah, and what I have to do is I have to turn it off, like turn my mouse off and on a few times.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, hopefully it comes back on.
The age-old, did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?
I mean, there's a reason it is used a lot. It kind of works sometimes.
It really does, though. Alright, we're gonna move. Sorry, the screen's doing weird stuff. I'm moving tabs around here. Okay. Oh my god, it looks so good. I love the colors.
This is probably gonna, like, I'll probably be working on this for a while just because there's so much detail.
Yeah.
In depth I could work on. So.
Yeah. What's the current time stamp at? Do we know?
That I've been working on it? A little hard to say because I've kind of been like, every so often I'll come back to it sort of deal. So, I don't know.
S-Man Sam says, whatever I've walked in on is amazing. This is a Monster Manual cover with Iron Tofu, and it is
I'll be on it.
Pretty
I have always wanted to be involved in a Monster Manual. I am so excited to be working on this.
We are hella excited to have you. Hello, Puma.
Definitely. Puma. See, I didn't do it. I wanted to.
Thought about it.
I wanted to. So bad. Puma, welcome.
I was gonna take a video of the documentary that I was watching where they said it the way that he doesn't like it to be said, and I was gonna send it to him, and then decided to not do that.
Is it like where they put a Y in the middle of the word?
Yeah, the
like
P.
Puma?
Yeah. He doesn't like it, and so
I don't like it either.
we're trying to not. But I was watching a documentary where the guy literally said it like that, and I was like.
David Attenborough says it's that way, so...
Yeah. Puma said I finished my morning class. What did you have for class today? I didn't hate it the first time. Oh, it was all the times after that.
Right. Yeah. It's cool, man. My name's Colin.
Not
Guess how much I get about that.
about
So, at
shit
least
about
yours is
Dr.
your
Colin.
Not Dr. Colin. Yep.
Dr. Colin. Dr. Colin, but not that kind of doctor. Ha 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 ha. Algorithms. Riveting. Oh, it sounds like it.
Guys, these colon jokes are getting real shitty.
Ha! Would you say we've gotten off track with them?
No, I wouldn't, but you can.
The
meant,
joke
like,
was a little forced.
That one was a little weak. Yeah, I'm sorry.
See, forced is good though. Forced.
That's what she said.
You have to struggle to push it out. It's probably not a good joke.
I got that one too. We're such
Crap,
adults.
she understood a simple joke.
Look, I'm about to mute you, Dom. You can't be nice. You let us have our shitty jokes, okay? Technically, it is still 2 minutes of Dr. Colin time. He can make whatever jokes
I
he
make
wants.
all the jokes I want.
It is still 2 minutes of Dr. Colin time to do whatever he chooses.
It's okay, Donnie. I choose not to give you crap.
That laugh though.
I know. I have a lot of different laughs, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
My
that
favorite one to do though is the nervous Peter Griffin laugh whenever I make a joke that isn't very funny. So like make it kind of like a really not quite strong joke and you're like
It's a little runny.
Defense mechanism.
Really though.
Mm-hmm. Humor totally is a defense mechanism for me.
Oh, it absolutely
100%.
is. I am one of those people who firmly believes that like if you can't laugh at yourself and like just things in your life in general, then like you're no fun.
Puma, I have a PhD in molecular toxicology.
Yeah.
So very much biomedical science
Mm-hmm.
and research.
Yeah. Cool nerd stuff.
Yeah.
What type of doctor are you actually? Not a poop doctor.
No.
Is it a
Not-
poop doctor or a butthole doctor?
It's probably more the butthole,
Probably more of a butthole doctor.
but it's also like GI tract. you
Yeah.
know, like it's a good little section of
Yeah.
tract
Of colon.
of ducting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's crazy that theoretically you could ingest a particle and it could go through your entire system and never touch you?
Hmm.
How
We're
crazy is
big-
that?
We're big flush donuts.
I had a professor describe humans as being more of like a donut.
Mhm.
A donut?
Well, because from your mouth to the end, technically that's not inside your body,
Mm.
because the inside of your body's sterile. Whereas that's full of like bacteria and stuff.
Closed off system.
That's kind of yucky.
That's a weird way of defining it though, because like viruses are in our DNA. So at what point do you consider consider something
But-
sterile?
Yeah.
Viruses
is more
aren't
about-
just,
Yeah.
viruses aren't inherently in our DNA. There's
No, but
something.
he's saying you saying the inside of our bodies is a sterile environment is not quite accurate.
This.
No, because you can get bacterial infections in your
That makes-
blood, in your bone.
Oh yeah, like in your
Yeah.
blood.
Then it's no longer sterile, and that's why you get sick.
I feel like we've got to have at least a few benign or not malicious things living
but what he's
outside our
saying-
GI tract.
Well, yeah, that's what he's saying though. The GI, like outside the epithelium, outside the cells that make up the barrier to the rest of the body, that's where the bacteria and the GI tract and stuff. So it's
Okay.
not
Yeah,
technically
so from your throat to your stomach to your colon, that's all technically outside your body in a way.
Right.
it's cool. We also have things living in our eyebrows. So
Yeah, that's why you're not supposed to keep mascara for more than 6 months.
Huh.
Puma said we were all just some large genus Taurus. I'm not gonna look that up because I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know, and you can't make me. It's math. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Finding this little graphic novel at the library. I think it was called The Sandwalk. I can't remember who it was by, but it was about Charles Darwin, who was going on a walk, and then suddenly he realizes he can talk to the follicle mites living in his eyebrows.
Okay.
It's such a weird thing. And then they just have like this little, like he's discussing his theory of evolution or of natural selection to these follicle mites to kind of explain their existence to them.
Oh.
Such a weird little comic, and I love it.
Puma said it means donuts with lots of holes. So like Swiss cheese. Fun fact, if you've never been to Germany in the summertime, lots of people here don't wear deodorant, and so it smells like cheese on the subways.
Ooh.
And like on the bus.
Ooh.
It's real funky. Would not recommend. Like, please wear deodorant. Like, most of the deodorant here is all aerosols. Like, you can't really find stick deodorant. We can get it at the commissary, but like out on the economy, like, I haven't found stick deodorant on the economy.
See, you know what's weird about stick deodorant? A lot of stick deodorant has aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
And so my wife decided she wanted to try this all natural deodorant. And man, it gave me a wicked rash. Just like
yeah.
unreal.
Hello,
I was like, I'm
friends.
sorry,
Hello,
I'm going back to
Theo.
my aluminum stuff, you know?
Yeah, like, yeah.
Aluminum's natural.
Huh?
Technically, aluminum's natural.
Well, true, but like,
I mean,
Yeah.
anything's natural.
So
it's added.
No, there are man-made elements.
Yeah, that's fair.
but
But they exist.
Yeah, they do. My husband used a brand that I won't name, but it rhymes with cold mice, and
Nice.
and it gave him like chemical burns under his arms. Like the blue one, like not the plain like white stick, but like the blue ones. He had
That's weakness.
like red patchiness underneath his arms, and we couldn't figure out what it was for a little while. And I was like, "What if it's your deodorant?" Because I saw an article about it somewhere that was happening to a lot of people, and so I looked it up, and then I made him stop using it, and so now we use Degree instead, which is what I've always used, but I had never seen that happen before, and he just like it was red and blotchy and itchy and gross.
It sounds like weakness.
Maybe, but it was straight chemical burns. So, and I couldn't use it either because my skin is super sensitive, and it like burned me to put it on, not just like leave it on, but like it just was not a fun time. But
I feel like that's a very big flaw in the product.
yeah, for real though. Like if you get chemical burns from this thing, you might not smell, but your skin will fall off. Like
But
probably just has holy water in it. That would make sense as to why I would burn both myself and my husband. Because we're heathens.
Yes, it's holy deodorant.
That's what the old mice is. It's actually holy water. You'd think it's cinnamon, but it's not.
I mean, it adds up.
Yeah, it does. I love those commercials though.
Yeah, they have the best commercials.
With the
That's
guy,
why. That's
yeah.
actually part of why I actually use it.
Yeah.
For the
What commercial?
Old Spice.
Oh yeah.
OMG, it's.
For sure. Can I ask you guys, what is the actual stigma against Axe? I just want to.
Because it smells like a boys' locker room in high school or middle school. It's like the one that like all teenage dudes use.
But all deodorant and cologne smells similar. Like there's not like a crazy market of scents out there. It's all very much like this one makes you smell like a fancy man. This one makes you smell like a fancy man. You know, like it's just.
See, I've like always used Old Spice since I was like a child.
Axe is really popular here. Axe has never been used with moderation. Also that, yeah. And then Sam said, wow, so fun fact, I use Old Spice Wolfhorn, and at the beginning it totally gave me red spots. But like a lot of things, eventually it just dissipated my health problems in a nutshell. Axe is different.
Mine didn't go away. Like it was unbearable. I had to change. Like I couldn't use this deodorant.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Painful red.
Yeah, it was not good. But I think the thing about Axe, like the smell, it's like I don't use deodorant. Not a sweaty man. I don't sweat anywhere except for my armpits, actually, which is the most obnoxious thing on the planet. I could be freezing cold and I will still sweat, and it's super fucking annoying.
A sweaty beast.
Patrick is also a sweaty man. He actually. He has 2 deodorants, one for underneath his arms and one for lower area.
Feet? Yeah, I mean,
does he use
No,
Manscaped?
it's not for his feet. It's in between, in the middle. Tony Stark used Axe body spray in Endgame. I still see a little red in my pits, but the itchiness left me years ago. Spoilers! Wow!
I just like...
Pits get stanky.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. Like, I would understand if people were like, oh yeah, I don't like this one scent from Axe. It's not like, I just don't like it. But there's like a real social stigma against Axes just in general, just using Axe.
Yeah, again, it's I think it's the like high school, middle school thing. Like there are certain smells, like the olfactory senses are like the one that's most closely linked with memories. Oh man! Give me just a second. But yeah, it's like that's the one that's most closely linked with memories. And so you could not have smelled not Old Spice, but Axe in like years. And then somebody walks by you. If somebody walks by me with chocolate Axe on, I know that's exactly what the fuck it is.
The leather one? The leather and chocolate
like, I know exactly what it is. Hello, Hubin.
Hello, wife. It's snowing.
I know it is. I forgot to ask you.
Yeah, no, I do, Sam. I don't let it like change my opinions on it, but I do think it's funny because honestly, I'll say, in college and like when I've used it, I've never had complaints about the smell. People that say I smell it.
Maybe finish my paper.
It is a weird
I never had an experience where people were like, "Oh my God, what is that you're wearing? That smells horrible."
Yeah, I think
it's the other thing about Axe, but this is kind of a product of the stigma, so it's kind of circular logic. But Axe, I've heard, gets weaponized in middle school lockers.
Oh yeah.
Like my brother would tell stories about everybody, like somebody filling somebody else's locker with this Axe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
But that's part of the
it wouldn't
stigma.
matter. Yeah, right. It wouldn't matter what it was. Like
Yeah.
if they did that with Aqua de Gio or some fancy expensive cologne, it would still be miserable.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's also the like the connotation that like teenage boys don't shower. And like they try to use Axe to like cover it up, and so you get that like citrus smell kind of vibe, you know, like it's like body stank and Axe, and so it doesn't like you're just like it's not body wash. They make body wash Axe like body wash, but it's not. The spray is not.
Another opinion, I would say, having not been in the boys' locker room. There's something way more nauseating. I would almost say that there's something more nauseating about like vanilla, apple, orange, bathroom mildew and BO
Yeah.
than just like straight BO or BO and Axe. Like,
Yeah. It's like when they try to cover it, it just makes it worse.
yeah.
It's not.
So what you're saying is really what needs to be popularized is Febreze. Like just like make Febreze deodorant.
Yeah, not even deodorant. Like when I was in high school, I was a firm believer in like why should I wash my pants every day, because I like wore them for like 20 minutes and then like to go outside to go do something and then came back in and I was like I could wear these again, but like just to be safe I would spray them with Febreze, like just to make sure. Like I was like,
Well,
I know I only put these on for 20 minutes, but like just to be safe.
I've learned that I'm just like I grew up in Texas, and in a time when Birkenstocks and like the leather sandals were a big thing, and oh my gosh, I have to like occasionally I have to wear, if I'm in a hot place I have to wear foot deodorant because the smell of like the foot smell is just like foot smell and leather sandals. Oh god.
Yeah.
I used to like have to like in college I would like want to take my feet out of my sandals in class to cool them off a little bit.
Yeah.
You just instantly get hit with the smell and be like, oh, nope, can't do that.
Nope.
I used to wear watches with leather bands, and if it got wet, it would get like a weird cheese smell. So that plus feet does not sound great.
Nope.
It's not great. I mean, I'm sure it's meant for some good people, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah. Phil said it's snowing at his house as well. Sam. Rim said it gets in your mouth and everywhere. Sam was laughing at my citrus. Faye said, sorry to bother, but can I share some homebrew with you? Sure, if you want to drop it in the Discord. And then Sam said, I just remembered the smell of high school locker room and almost vomed. It's like a whole thing. It's like, for people who like, when they were in college, or maybe they went to like a party or like a specific event, when you drank that one alcohol that made you like so sick you wanted to die, and like now when you smell it, like now when you smell it, it's like the end.
Goldschlager is that for me. Although I could still drink Goldschlager, I'm never gonna like search it out. Like I'm never gonna want it. But I remember the party exactly freshman year of college. I'd go and I just wanted to try all this different stuff. So I remember there was like beer, but there was also like an ice chest of like Zima and Mike's Hard Lemonade and all these like Bartleby and James wine coolers. And so I was just trying everything different out. And then Goldschlager tipped me over the edge.
Got it, yeah. My husband is not allowed to drink Jameson anymore because I lost him for 16 hours. So that one's out.
Like lost him to the void of drunk, or like
no, like I could not find him in the world. Like it was, I think we had just gotten married, or we were. That doesn't really say a whole lot. My husband and I knew each other for 25 days before we got married, but at some point in like our early togetherness, he was out with like a bunch of his friends. Before we lived together, I was still in Virginia and he was living in North Carolina, and it was before I moved down there, and he like was talking to me, like he was texting me, and he was like, yeah, I'm out with the boys, like we're just hanging out and drinking, and I was like, okay. And then it was like mid-conversation, I don't remember what we were talking about, but like all of a sudden he just like stopped answering my text messages. Like it was the middle of a conversation, like he was replying like quickly, and then all of a sudden he just like stopped, and I was like, okay, maybe he's just like, you know, maybe they went somewhere, or like, you know, went to grab food, or like maybe his phone died or something like that. And it literally was 16 hours later and I still hadn't heard from him, and I was like freaking out, and I like went onto his Facebook page and was like scrolling through his friends list, like looking for any name that I recognized, and was like, hi, do you know where my husband is? Like, like I know you don't know who I am, but like, do you know where he is? And finally, it turns out that they had played beer pong, and instead of using beer, because they ran out, he used a fifth of Jameson. Yeah. and
That's
he
always a mistake.
yeah, and he just went right downhill real fast. And so then one of his friends got him back to his barracks room, and that's just like where he died and didn't wake up until he had missed like 8 calls and a bunch of texts from me and his mom and like his friends.
Oh no.
So that one is outlawed.
Yes.
Sam said, OMG, watching the green come in on the shell looks so satisfying. And then Phil said, I can't have fruit Genever anymore. It's a popular Belgian Dutch drink. And then vom emojis.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Hasmodius. We're talking about
Sorry.
alcohols that we can't drink anymore because
Real quick, I want to do
Did we
my
get that?
story about my wife got me tickets to Country Thunder. So it's a
Oh.
big like 4-day musical festival in Phoenix, country music festival in Phoenix.
okay.
And we go and I just get wasted and somehow I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, so I just wander off on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And surely 10 seconds after I left, all of them look around. I was like, how the hell is he gonna find us? Because I mean, it was the Keith Urban, I think, was the final like headliner.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I tell you what, the gods were with me that night because somehow in my state, I managed to just walk straight line back to my wife and her friends. I have no idea. As soon as I walked up, they all just stared at me. They're just like,
You
"How the
made
hell
it.
did you find us?" It's like, I have no idea.
No idea how it happened.
Maybe you're the person, like, if you get lost in the woods, you're the one you want around because apparently you have an
Maybe.
instinctive knowledge of how to get around.
Yeah,
Maybe.
sense
I
of
would
direction.
say that I don't think that's my secret talent. I've discovered that my secret talent is like I have weird agile reactive. I don't know how to describe it, but like there's been many times in my life. There was one time I was sitting in a chair, a papasan chair with my eyes closed because I was messed up again.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend thought it'd be funny to like scare me by trying to kick me. And somehow I brought my arms up right at the perfect time and like blocked his kick. And it just, I don't know, that
And you
instantly
just
made
like,
Uh,
ha ha ha. So you're a ninja, is what it
Just,
is.
just, your instincts are just on point.
They
Colin.
really, and like it's happened multiple times enough where I'm just like, oh my god. Like I've working at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I was holding one of the big trays of glasses,
Mhm.
and when I was lifting it up from the table, I caught the edge of the counter that was like on the booth of the table,
Mhm.
and it tipped over. I kid you not, I caught the stack of glasses maybe 3 inches from the ground. The
Oh my-
entire stack.
Gee, bruh.
Freaking ninja.
That's a
Speaking of your
skill.
instincts and such. Yeah. It reminds me of when the one time my dad, like I was sleeping and my dad like just pops his head through the door in my room, and when my body just says fight, get up, it's attack.
Fuck
It's like,
him.
he just comes in like, wait, what was it? Kill? Kill what? And I just see my dad's head just popping around the corner. I'm like, ah,
Oh,
I see.
kill the father. Patricide.
Yeah. just a bit of patricide for the morning. That's
Yeah.
spicy. But yeah, no, like it's what it is called. It's like your body, like my brother was going to say, like you can, like he doesn't believe me when I say it's like your body just has an innate sense of like like
Danger.
the gut reaction is what it is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what the gut reaction is, but like if you like someone's looking at you, your body can kind of feel it. Does that make
Mhm.
sense? And if you can't, then like something's. My brother says he can't feel it, but I feel it all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's a sense of like
Mhm.
yeah, survival instincts and such.
Yeah.
Also, there's a tribe in India who like when they go in the jungle because they know tigers are in there, they wear masks that have like a face on the back of them so that the tiger won't attack them. Because tigers
Oh.
won't attack you if you're looking at them.
Ask your doctor if
Why do I
patricide
have-
is right for you.
Why do I have these facts when like I'm not on my stream and someone calls me out? Let me write that one down.
No, those facts are allowed. That's allowed. I have
No,
lots of weird
no.
animal facts.
No, I mean like on my stream because like when I like I've got fact time and I always forget to like I forget my fact
Mhm.
and that's one that I think is really good.
And then
And like I'll be writing them down.
And then you come to our stream. And
Yeah, and
you're
I'm just
like,
giving
let
you
me
all
just
of
give
them
you
for
all the facts.
I came in here wanting to tell you about the one time I got hit by a taxi because you're talking about your drinking stories.
Yeah,
And then you know
so
about titles.
yeah, so we're talking about like things that, because originally it started off with Axe body spray and
Of
like
course.
smells
Oh. I was wondering what.
and like
I
things
was wondering
that
what meant by
just
Axe.
like bring you back to like a place that you don't want to be.
Beyonce Pulse. The perfume is mine.
Yeah, it just
I used to
Yeah.
do I used to do Aqua de Gio. That was my fancy ass
Mm.
stuff.
I used to get these ones from Avon. And they were really good. They were pretty good. They're cheap, but they're really good.
But honestly, whenever I can stop wearing masks again and
Yeah.
enjoy the gloriousness of my beard,
Yeah.
honestly, the smell that I like to get out to the world is my like beard oil and beard stuff.
Mm.
Hello,
My
Mango.
brother's
Stuff
got
like that.
some really nice beard oils.
I
want
love good beard oils. Yeah.
I want to start investing in some. Hi, Mango.
Hey, Mango.
Oh, where is my?
Yeah, man. What do you think of that cover?
Oh, isn't it? Oh my
This
god.
is gonna be the
it's so
cover
good.
of the monster book.
We're getting
Can
there.
you just decide where
Oh,
you
it's
want to be?
weird. I really like it. The trees.
Phil said I can't
Oh,
grow a
man.
beard for shit. Neither can Patrick. He tries and it doesn't really work out.
Man,
I like how
I am so happy that my ancestry has given me beard growing genes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my second brother, our beard's growing. Then like my third brother can't grow beard for shit. And then my youngest brother, who's 10 years younger than me, is growing. Like he's got his mustache coming in before the third one's got a beard, which is funny.
Oh my god. Can you decide where you want to be? I don't.
Nah,
Sorry, she's.
that's cool. Where about it? I was gonna say, by the way, Sophie, I really like how you've done the trees, but also all just the little touches of the animals, specifically like that little vampiric strangler. That I saw.
I think, yeah, I love putting little details into things. This has been so much fun.
Yeah.
I can only because I imagined you would have had a lot of fun throwing in all the monsters you've drawn. I'm wondering where you can put the giant hermit crab.
Mm-hmm.
I had tried. I originally thought to kind of hide him right here. It just wasn't looking like anything in particular. I'm like, okay, this is just gonna turn into a mess. I'll simplify a little bit.
Yeah.
What you could have done actually, you could have had a little cave in the mountain and had it inside like
Just
that.
the eyes, just some beady little eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just little eyeballs poking out.
I could do that. Yeah. I'm gonna keep doing some color scheme things, but I might go back and see if I can engineer a cave.
Hey.
I think I'm not sure. I mean, probably not. I'd recommend just a pop of maybe red or orange.
Yeah.
Just probably it's a bit.
Yeah. There will definitely be some in the wings of the pelican wyverns,
Mm-hmm.
and because I want them to not look out of place, that's going to have to appear other places. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of establishing the colors that will be in the image somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, good idea. I will definitely do that.
How exciting.
Don't build a fence unless you have all the posts.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was in reference to, but yes.
It's kind of true. It is odd you picked fence, but...
Oh no, I was reading Puma's comment. Actually, no offense, I need to clarify. That was I just come out of nowhere with that.
I like it.
A rule for growing beards. Mango said, I'm actually setting up to do a homebrew stream with a friend if they are available while also announcing my product today and the release date for it. Hey, how exciting!
Hey,
man.
Make sure you post that shit in the Discord. Actually, do you post Instagrams about it as well? Because if you do, let me know and we'll share it on our Instagram as well.
Awesome.
Out here promoting Peeper.
Peeper. What?
Peeper.
What?
Promoting Peeper.
Say
fear in your voice just then, or the appearance. Don't say it.
Don't say it.
They might hear.
They might hear you.
Who?
We see.
The peeper?
You know
Are
why
the
they're called
peeper gonna hear me?
You know why they're called peepers?
Hmm.
Gosh, man.
Jeepers, creepers, where do you think beavers?
Exactly that.
Is that
And they don't hear you. You start singing, which is very convenient for them.
Yeah.
To,
Is that like saying Bloody
Convenient.
Mary like 3 times in the mirror? It just.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you sing it 3 times, then she doesn't bother. Because she knows you got talent and she
Gotcha.
doesn't want to stuff that up.
Right. She's not trying to fuck that up.
Queen Mary knows what's up. Well, so.
Mango said, I don't social media. I have Twitter, which is to only report stuff to the giveaways, and my Facebook, which is my personal profile. Gotcha. Well, like I said, post it in the Discord, and I'll like screenshot it or something. That way people can see it. But how exciting! Oh, the little pelican wafer. It's so cute. Oh my god.
Drawing them was actually harder than the turtle.
Yeah.
It's just because they're so small, and I have to convey the idea of the pelican wyvern without
Gotcha.
much detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look, I mean, the color,
But
I
you
think, yeah. Because of the colors, they pop really well. Can you not fuck up my shit, please? Those of you, I don't know if you heard her, or him, fucking say, excuse me, can you not fuck up my shit? And he just, meow.
Nah, not today. I really
What?
don't
Did you-
like Twitter.
I
don't either.
never tried, honestly, like, it's not... I've never really been a
I've
huge
been
social media person.
Yeah. I've
Sam
been
said they
using it a
pop
bit for,
so
like, my
well.
art.
Those
Like,
little
I don't
nails.
see any
Jesus.
growth from it or anything. Like, my Tumblr does better than that, and like, I rarely touch up my Tumblr.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was something I saw on Twitter that LaBeouf put up. My wedding day, fiance, will you get cold feet? Me wearing socks? Nah.
That's a common joke if I've ever fucking heard one.
LaBeouf put it on. I thought it was hilarious, and I actually stumbled up on his Twitter and I saw that and I thought, genius.
Hmm.
Cats purr because you have a notification. Check.
Yeah. I used to be on Twitter a lot when I was doing YouTube heavily. LOL, Kaz. Yeah. I streamed on YouTube earlier today. I did a
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing a Glade map.
Oh, was it that the thing that you showed me?
Yeah. And I did the whole thing in Dungeon Draft, and I didn't save it, and then Dungeon Draft like herp-derped, and it kept saying it was backing up, but it wouldn't actually save it. And then I couldn't save it because it said it was saving, and so I had to close out of it, and I lost the whole thing. But I did screenshot it first, so I guess there's that. But I was just
at least
like,
you got like some work out of it.
But so now I have a screenshot of it. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna actually redo it or not. So
So, any guesses what the temperature is in the Midwest or in Wisconsin right now?
oh, I
It's
forgot that's where
snowing
you're from. Oh wait, I got somebody
snowing
who can guess. Haban.
I'm gonna
It
say
is.
it's a bit chilly.
It
It's a bit
is.
chilly.
It is the 8th of
Just a bit.
February. If you had to
Just a-
guess, what is the temperature in Wisconsin right now?
Temperature in Wisco. What part?
What part?
Near the border of
matters?
Minnesota.
Near the border of Minnesota.
Near the border of Minnesota. Talking northern border or southern border?
Northern border or
Cent-
southern?
Southern.
Central.
Central. Just kidding.
Central. Typically.
Typically, did you hear that come out?
Are we speaking to a native here?
Yeah. Oh my god, I've heard that in a
Depends on
hot
how many
minute.
beers you have.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I'd see.
I'd see.
Hey, King.
Probably
Ahoy, King. Hello.
15, 20 degrees.
15, 20 degrees, he says.
Above or below?
Above or below.
Is it going to be 15 or 20 above or 15 or 20 below?
Okay, yeah.
Right.
There's no, it's one or the other.
Well,
Because you're in the
I
right
bet it's
ballpark.
below. There's been a.
Is that in the right ballpark?
Storm.
Yeah, he's in the right ballpark. He just has to decide above or below. And my hint is, I probably wouldn't have brought this up if it were positive.
Oh, she said my hint is I probably wouldn't have brought it up if it was positive.
well, no, if it was like 80 degrees, I would definitely fucking bring it up.
True, yeah.
So I think the hottest I ever got was like 75.
Oh, thank you, King. If it were Zazu, King Zazu. Oh, like from The Lion King?
Oh, of course.
Mango said it'll start in roughly 3 hours and 30 minutes. King Zazu said that on beautiful. Thanks. Yeah, I know that there's like an hour-ish between the end of this stream and then when we come back for Kaz. So I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, right, for Mango.
Probably a different host.
So, yeah, so we could probably, I don't know exactly how that works, but we could probably figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a raid if it's sometime.
Hey, we could raid you, that's right. I don't actually know what time it is. My brain is all kinds of fucky today. I'm gonna attribute it. The name is a nickname for my actual name, which is Azuka. Okay, that makes more sense. My brain went straight to Zazu because, The Lion King. Can I fucking help you, man? Can you stop grabbing
I mean, of
me?
course your brain goes straight to Zazu.
Yeah, obviously. Can you raid someone who isn't an affiliate or partner yet?
I thought you could raid anyone.
Yeah, I think
you can raid anyone, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, because last time you rated someone with like one viewer.
Yeah. Okay, look, Colin, I hear your fucking... I hear you, okay?
I see you. All Avatar.
Like, can you get out of the way, please? She's just been, like, fucking grabbing me all the time. If you want to come over here, then come over here. But don't just fucking roll around on the table and reach out for me. If you want to come up here, you gotta come up here. Come on. Come on. I don't know what you want. Use your words.
I'm trying to draw the eye patch.
Oh my god. Come on.
But double eye patches are really hard. Awkward.
How many people are there? We have... so I'm Bethany, Kaz is here, Colin is here, and Sophie is here. Donnie was here, but I imagine he left because we usually bore him, so...
He's probably taking a nap.
Probably fell asleep.
Yeah, he probably did fall asleep.
Now's the time to make fun of him.
No offense.
Yeah. If you were wondering who I was talking to, it was her.
Oh.
Yeah, but she, yeah. I don't know if you can...
Sophie is the one doing the art, and like always, she just ignores our bullshit and does art.
And just does her stuff. She's Bob Rossing it up over here.
I know you're not ignoring us.
It's kind of nice to have people who can chat because I have troubles chatting and drawing at the same time. So I'm like, oh good, other people can bounce off each other.
Yeah, of course we know critical role.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta back up. Hang on. He said, I need an average of 3 viewers. Mango said, I need an average of 3 viewers to get affiliate, which gives me access to subscriptions, big gifting, and Twitch emotes. Yes, it does. And then currently stuck at 2.69. That's, yo, it sucks, but like also haha, because, you know,
Nice.
because haha.
When I
And
hit
then, yeah.
16 followers, I never felt more proud of my life.
Are you getting ready to go?
Yeah, just send me what you want.
I don't want her to fall off.
Text me what you want. Okay, love you, bye. I'll take you out when I get home.
Oh, thanks. That's my husband. What was I doing? I was looking for something. Okay, I got it. My brain is all over the place today. Oh, no crying. He'll be right back. You don't need to cry. He will be back in just a minute. Okay, or you can fuck all that shit up. Here, do you want a treat? Would that make you happy? Sorry, everyone. I don't have children. I have fucking children.
Fully grown
I have
animal.
children. You don't hear me like getting all flustered.
Yeah, exactly. Because your children are like real children that actually listen to you and do things. Mine have to
does.
be in my ass all
son-
the time.
He's just the best kid.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. He like has manners and he apologizes. The only time he throws tantrums, literally every single one of his temper tantrums are based on when me and my wife are disappointed in him for not listening. Like he can tell that we're upset and then he just starts crying.
Baby.
And we don't get upset that much. We are pretty good at like not getting flustered. If children are activated, you know, not true really, because you get a tax break, so it's not, well, I mean, maybe they are tax evaders, but they're beneficial to the parents. And you know, the stimulus check in America, you know, the American stimulus check, we got an extra bit of money because of our child. But yeah, he'll start working soon enough. He's ready. He wants to do chores.
Put him in the work.
Put him to work. Do it.
You just off to work, mother. I'll be back at 6.
More interested in what the spiny creature at the bottom is. And then Zazu said, "Oh, Goblin Shed, I have to go." It's okay, bye. Thanks for hanging out. Bango, that's the Alamora, is what's at the bottom.
Yes.
Did you call him Bagel?
What?
Did you just call him Bagel?
Did I call who Bagel?
Oh, no, I thought you called Mango Bagel. Man, hang on, what?
No.
What do you
No. I didn't say bagel, right? I said Zazu.
Oh,
Mango.
Mango.
It sounds
Bagel.
close enough.
Does not sound bagels. LOL. No, I did not call him bagel. You took the wind out of my epic meaning. Sorry.
When Colin said that he's got the best kid, I was just gonna say my mom would like to have words.
He would just start crying probably, right?
Hey, thanks
he
for the
thinks that's the thing out of this
follow.
one.
Appreciate you.
That's his best kid.
Actually, I think the best kid that I've probably ever seen in my entire life is my stepsister's kid. So my niece, she literally sat in a cardboard box for like 45 minutes scrolling through. She's 2 or was 2 at the time, but she sat in our living room in a cardboard box scrolling through through YouTube, like watching like what's it called, like Bubble Guppies or the Baby Shark songs.
Yep.
Like, yeah, she just sat there like watching YouTube for like 45 minutes, just like scrolling through YouTube watching videos, and I was like,
I was, going into being a father, I knew that kids were attracted to phones because it's bright lights and sounds, but man, the earliest age, like just immediately they're just like, I want that phone.
yeah.
You don't even know what it is.
Yeah, you have, but meanwhile, that was the same time when my sister's son, who was 2 also at the exact same time, was rubbing his dick all over the water bottles. So like there is very opposite ends of the spectrum for like good kids and like whatever the fuck he is.
That's why we are kind of afraid to have another kid, because they say they're polar opposites. If you have two kids, the second one's gonna be way different than the first one. So we're just worried the second one's gonna be a pain.
Gonna be a fucking demon child.
That makes sense. Like, I mean, I was really naughty when I was a kid, but my second brother, he was the good boy.
I was the Grinch. I'm the favorite. My sister was a demon child. She tried to kill me twice. Like,
Details.
so she,
One.
so when we were younger, so she's younger than I am, and she tried to she chased me around the house with like a butcher knife one time, and then another time, the adults left my sister and I and our cousin Brittany alone at the at a campsite. We were staying there for like 2 weeks, I think, and they all had to go to work. And so Brittany was like, I don't know, maybe 16. So I was like 13, which would have made my sister like 10 or 11.
So an age where you're expected not to try to kill each other.
Yeah, and they left Brittany in charge because she was 16, and they were like, you can do it, I believe in you. And so they left us alone at the campsite with the dog, and they went to go do their adult jobs. And my sister was very upset that she did not have access to the adult cooler that had adult Kool-Aid in it. And she was really fucking mad about it. And so she devised a plan. It was full of Smirnoffs, is what it was full of. And so she devised this plan, and our dog's name was Oreo. She was a Cocker Spaniel. And she unclipped Oreo from, like, her place that she was tethered to. And, of course, she fucking took off running. So me and Brittany chased after her because we're at a campground with, like, other people. And it's near, like, a road. And we were like, all right, we have to go get the fucking dog. So it took us, like, half an hour because she was fast and she was small. And, when we got back, she was like, I don't know, like a 6-pack deep, probably.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, like there was no hesitation. As soon as she fucking had the chance, she was pounding them. And we got back, and she was probably halfway through the 5th or 6th one, and she realized that we made it back. And we got Oreo back on her tether, and she started, like, freaking the fuck out because she realized she'd been caught. And so she started throwing the bottles at us, but she's also, like, heavily intoxicated because she's 11 years old and weighs, like, 100 pounds and just fucking down to 6-pack in 30 minutes. And so she, like, was throwing the bottles at us, and, like, glass was breaking everywhere. And she unhooked the dog again. And so we basically chased her, like, to try to get her, and she locked herself in my grandparents' camper and then came out and chased us around with, like, a plastic fork and a giant frying pan until she tripped, and we, like, tackled her to the ground and, like, tied her to a lawn chair and, like, cleaned up all the glass and everything. And I went and got the dog back, and, like, she was crying that, like, ugly drunk girl cry, but, like, on a 10-year-old. And so we were like, what the fuck do we do? Because, like, how do you deal with that situation? Like, we're not adults. This is an adult situation, and we don't know what the fuck to do. So she started crying. We untied her, and we went to take her to, like, where the bathroom shower things are. And she, like, fucking took off running into the woods. And we were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, we can't do anything. Whatever. She, like, grabbed a knife on the way, and I was like, she's just gonna be a caveman for now, I guess. I don't fucking know what the hell she's doing. And so she ran into the woods, and we finished cleaning up the campsite, and it was probably 2 or 3 hours later that, like, my dad and my grandparents and, like, all the adults, like, returned, and they were like, what the fuck happened? And we tried to tell them. We tried to explain to them, like, what the fuck happened, and there was no way they believed us at all. They were like, okay, cool, so you guys just drank all the fucking Smirnoff and, like, lost the youngest child. And we were like, no, I swear to God, like, she tried to fucking kill us. And then my dad was so mad. And then my sister came walking out of the woods, and she looked like she'd been there for a week. Like, her hair was fucking ratty. Like, she was dirty. Her, like, clothes were ripped. She was missing a shoe. Like, it looked like she'd been there forever. And they were like, wow, okay, so I guess we believe you now. It was. She doesn't remember any of it.
It sounds like
I bet not.
Yeah, she does not remember
a
a
fucking
thing.
wild ride.
It was, and apparently there were other people who heard it happening. Like the people who were at the campsite below us saw the fucking frying pan like going around the edge of the campground, and like nobody thought to come fucking check on us. Like people heard glasses smashing and saw like screaming and yelling, and like nobody fucking came to check on us. They were like, it's fine, they're living their lives. Like nobody thought like we should probably see what's going on. Like
They just heard this is not my problem.
yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
was a solid case of not my fucking problem. And I was like, bruh.
Please,
America. Yeah, basically. Like Vic said, Smirnoff. Mango said Smirnoff. Yes, now I gotta pay a visit to the liquor store. It's really... And the funniest thing about that, too, is, like, not vodka, but Smirnoff really isn't that high of, like, an alcohol content.
Is it like... So, when you say Smirnoff, like I mean, I'm not sure if it's the same in America. Like, I mean, to us, like, it's vodka, and then they've got the Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, so, like...
Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
Most people probably are referring to just the straight up vodka, though.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about this right here. Like, I don't know if you can see it. But, like, the 6-packs, they come in, like, grape and, like, strawberry flavor. And...
You just get lemon.
Not. Yeah. Like... It's like... Yeah, they come in weird... But their alcohol by volume is 35 to 50%, 70 to 100 proof. Is like, I think that can't be right though for the small ones though.
Like I remember there used to be, I mean, the like 4 or 5%.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like the little ones, yeah, 4%.
But even then, like beer's like 4 or 5% as well.
Yeah, but again, she was also 11 and weighed like 100 pounds. So.
Oh yeah, that was a beater.
That's why
Like,
Vic said that's why I drink it straight out of the bottle. And Mango said green apple ice is a great wine cooler. Green apple is amazing cold. Yeah, I tried to get drunk one time and it didn't work and I gave up after that.
what, in general? Or?
Yeah, like I now I don't drink because it mixes with my medicine funky, but like I'm the mom friend and I always have been, and so like I'm always the DD, like perma DD, and I don't like to drink anyway. It's not fun for me. It makes my stomach hurt. Not like I'm so drunk I'm gonna vomit, but like that pizza might have been bad kind of vomit. Like so.
I just get too tired these days.
It's just you're so sleepy.
Because I like to drink beer, and if I start drinking like several beers, I just get sleepy.
Yeah, just get that sleeps.
I get really moody. Kind of. like I'm all high until like one thing sets me off when I
and
drink,
then
something sets me off.
Then you're a sad boy.
I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to brood.
You're just gonna sit in the corner and play music and just be sad.
Yeah. Or like I'll argue with the person I'm arguing that's made me fucking because there's always one fucking person.
Phil said I become a diva.
But like you know, like I don't drink that much anymore. I used to like to drink. I don't care for it now.
Patrick has stages of drunkenness, and I usually catch it before it gets to like the point of no return. If he has like regular tipsy where he just like is like feeling the vibe, then there's like no homo Patrick, which is where people are like you won't, and they're like I'll kiss you right now, like that vibe.
Me.
Then there's like the like very mouth diarrhea, one where he just like says things to people and just like there's no filter whatsoever. It's like completely gone. The last time that happened, he told our friend how hot he is and his wife, and like collectively how hot they are, like as a couple. And they are, granted, they're fucking gorgeous, but like for probably about 10 minutes he just mouth diarrheaed about like how attractive they are. And then the last step, which is like it's time to go, is if he starts spitting, that's like that's the cue of like it's almost vomit time. Like if we get to the step where he's like spitting, then I'm like, we need to get the fuck out right now because he's going straight into the bathtub. Like there is no do not pass go, do not collect 200 monies. He is either going into the, and he's like a toddler too, in the car. Like if I'm driving in the car, he falls asleep immediately. Like there is no.
Yeah.
Like,
the car's got sleepy vibes.
Yeah, car's got hella sleepy vibes. Mango said he's a giggly bitch, but can change depending on emotion inflicted on you. Yeah. Phil said, I'm a big ass dude and my nickname is Princess of the Party.
An emotion inflicted on you? You mean like, man, I tell you, one of the most uncomfortable situations I get in are when people are super emotional drunks and they want to talk to you like for real talk while they're wasted. I don't do well with
I don't like that.
I really don't. I'm just like, get me out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. As like the mom of the group is to sit there and be like, yep, while they get weird.
Girl, people have told me so many secrets that I just like didn't want to know. I'm like, I didn't need to know that, and like, and it's sometimes it's like really crazy secrets, like life altering medical like diagnosis, or like they're cheating on their spouse kind of secrets, and I'm like, I did not solicit. I don't like red light. Like I don't want that. Because you're not going to remember telling me those things, but I will not forget them.
My dad's like giving facts and like, Dad, please, you said the same thing 3 times now in the past 5 minutes. Stop.
Yeah. Mango said, if I'm super tired and drunk, I apparently become a D&D character or when before he got an intelligence increase. That's funny.
Cheers.
Yeah, we were at a party on Saturday night, and Patrick was pretty okay, and the police were called, I guess, at some point. They showed up, and we were technically violating COVID restrictions, and he, like, 3 times, I think, he's asked me if I was there when the police showed up. Like, he could not remember if I was present or not. And I was like, yes, dear, I was there. Like, I stopped you from talking to them. In fact, because he was in mouth diarrhea zone. And I was like, I'm not going to jail today. No, thank you. His friend was also in mouth diarrhea mode. Like, the, like, wives were talking to the police, and all of a sudden you hear from the background, fuck the police.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, somebody get him. Like,
you attached to that.
yeah. Bruh. And granted, they're MPs, so I'm not going to say they're not real police, but, like, they can get in way more trouble than we can, because even though we're spouses, like, we're also civilians. And so they really can't do anything to us. Like, they can, but they really can't. Whereas, like, they will get in, like, super trouble. So. Such as the life.
Cost-benefit risk analysis for them.
Really, though. It's like...
How badly do I want to bust these drunk people?
And I'm absolutely one of those people who is, like, taught to respect authority always. and like
Right.
never be the type of person to be like fuck the police or like to not listen to them like when they have something to say. And this wife who was there was Russian, and she was the opposite of that. And she was like, can I help you? And he's like, can I speak to the homeowner? And she's like, why? I was like, girl, like now is not the time. But like, yeah, no, as the mom friend, there's quite a bit of stuff that comes with that. Colin, does
Saving
yours?
people from
Yeah, really.
wandering into roads and all that.
Bruh. I was about to ask Colin, does your ninja superpowers carry over to when you're intoxicated? Like not just the stopping people from kicking you, but like catching things and like.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh, the dream.
The dream.
It's like subconscious, yeah.
Is to
It's
be-
very much subconscious.
Hi, man. Did you bring me dinner? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they put our shit in the
I
same
tried
box.
a
Oh,
D&D
that's
game
good.
that was like a 4X
Yeah.
strategy game.
So
Oh, I see.
you get one of these,
Okay.
and I get my sandwich.
Alright. Vic said, I decided to try running a D&D game that was like 4 times strategy game. Name,
I'm
levels,
with it.
kingdom rules. So far, there's been little exploring and extending and more exploring and extermination. Oh no. So you got some
fine.
murder
I mean-
hobos. Is what you
They're
got.
just
I
clearing
read
their,
that.
they're just clearing their territory.
Yeah. Excuse me while I'm about to be...
I didn't read exploiting. I read exploring. I'm like, wait, I'm like,
Yeah.
that seems fine. But then you guys said exploit. I'm like, how hold up now? What? Oh, it's snowing.
Is it? Get out of my stuff.
Snowing again, yeah. It's snowing like on and off.
Yeah, excuse me while I definitely am about to destroy these fries. Like, don't mind me.
Don't mind.
It's become
I'll be right back.
almost a staple of me eating something on camera all the time now.
You can't disappoint the audience. It's expected at this
Yeah, we gotta add a little bit of mukbang like in there.
Well, yeah, Vic, if you're adding aspects of the game, it's gonna take away from like the main core of the main
Yeah.
game, you know. But
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's a new
Mhm.
experience. If you're running a group of people that have play a lot of D&D, this will seem new to them. I like doing stuff like that too. Like my main group of like high school buddies that I played D&D with and still play with. I love doing like templates, character templates. I did, something that they all get as an added kind of class thing to their, it's just fun to add extra stuff. And even though, by adding stuff, you're taking away from like, you could be taking away from some of the very core stuff.
Right.
Mm.
But
Look
But
at that
it
lush
adds-
grass.
yeah,
That is lush grass.
it really is though.
going to be. The time I've spent trying to figure out how to do grass, it can be a very big mess or it can look really nice.
I think, what you've got going on, like the similar start texture that you did for the feathers, I think that
Yeah.
would work. I do a similar thing for like my hair and feathers.
Yeah.
So,
An odd thing that came with switching from traditional to digital is that when I want to feather a line, like with a marker, usually you would start at the point you want to be thickest and then you would taper off and do a thin wisp, like that. Except that it doesn't do that in digital. You have to go the reverse.
Backwards.
And I have to,
Yeah.
Yep.
and there's also like the playing with all the settings to get it just right.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I think that's the most frustrating thing about digitalized. Like, yeah, you got all these brushes at your hand, but then like, so like
How
you
do you-
expect it to do more. If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But then like setting it up is the annoying part. Like
I-
my traditional things and pencils. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh yeah. Well, no. I'm just saying. I just got the manual, the complete manual for this program, Photoshop 7, and I'm going to read it cover to cover because there's just no other way to learn this.
Yeah.
No one else will do that. you should read it and then you should put up the tutorials because someone else is doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should.
Plus, like Photoshop's very transferable, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Holy
what I'm really hoping.
My husband's
Sure,
taking a
get the
Photoshop
money.
class right now.
That's
You can
awesome.
teach Patrick. Look, I've been trying to teach Patrick little things. I say little things. It was just one thing, one time. And
Yeah,
it's
but
awesome.
literally he'll sit in here and be like, I don't understand. What the fuck am I doing?
Send him away. Well, give me his Discord, Anthony.
I think it's Master of the Universe.
Actually, I didn't know you yet.
It's either Master of the Universe or Limp Dicky. Like, those are your options.
Limp Dicky more, I think, his speed.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Man, chapter 2 looks smooth now.
Yay!
I got the encounter, the juvenile pelican encounter put in. So the rest is just a few more loose ends of chapter 2, and then chapter 2 is done.
It is Master of the Universe, by the way.
I have no idea. I don't share a server with him, so it's all good. Where are the turtles who dance?
Oh, the...
Yeah, I just saw that. Like, I favorited like as well.
Alright, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna stay on stream, but I gotta get off Discord.
Okay, bye.
Bye,
Thanks
guys.
for
It looks
hanging out.
great, Sophie.
Cool. Glad you like it.
It is looking really good.
Oh, good.
I don't think we're ever gonna tell you that it's not good, so like you don't ever have to worry about that. I'm never gonna be like, no, I hate it. Like,
Well, that's well, maybe dangerous knowledge. Yeah, whatever.
to know that you can do no wrong.
Yes. I'll try not to abuse it.
Yeah, no. We were actually having a discussion about that. Was like, the whole, me and Andrew were talking about it. The whole like, one of the main reasons why we started the guild in general, and like, why we wanted to have it be a collaborative thing, is to show off like people's different art styles.
Right.
And so like, because I think you and I had this discussion the other day where it was like, is there anything that you want me to do? And I'm like, no, like you have full creative license, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, the whole point is to showcase like what you have and like what you do and what you like to do, and so we're fucking
That's
here for it.
awesome.
Yeah. Puma said I'm in chat vaguely. So low key lurking.
That's how it be sometimes.
Yeah. But I actually don't know how long we've been going for.
It's 11:05, about an hour. Oh, by my, I forget where you're at. You're at 5 or like 6 p.m. right now.
Yeah, she just said 6.
Right here.
Yeah, so we've got about an hour left. But yeah, that'll be about an hour break in between this and Kaz if you still want to stream. If not, it's okay. It's cool, I understand. We've been on a lot today.
I mean, with Kaz's jump
Yeah.
on with that. I might be down for that. Don't
But,
have much else going on today.
But yeah, his would be, there's like an hour break between
Okay.
when we finish and when he is supposed to hop in. But
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I've been like holding mine for like 2 hours, and then I'm gonna start streaming myself.
yeah,
No.
It's a very, very packed in day today for everyone.
yeah, Wednesdays are usually the like,
You'll be.
yeah, Wednesdays is my busy day.
Oh man. Yeah, I might try to come back. I've been feeling bad. I just am not as involved with the guild as I would like to be.
No, I mean, like when I got involved, like I was very much like in the background for a while,
Right.
and then like I suddenly just asked, like I would in Topoto, like I would ask, oh, anyone want to hang out, and then we'd hang out, and this is like I think after like done. Like, oh yeah, I like your art. And then basically I started spending more time with them. Like not trying to like get involved with the team or anything.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
spending time with. Oh, here I am.
Here you are,
I guess
a
I'm-
project lead.
In his final form.
I still don't feel like I deserve it, but here I am.
Yeah. Imposter syndrome is a real thing, but it's fine.
I feel like it's really pronounced in artists. Like none of us ever believe we belong in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think. Yeah, I think that it depends. Like if I've made like something really good, I'm really happy with. Oh, I feel like a boss ass bitch.
Yep.
But then when it doesn't slap when I post, like I shouldn't care, but I do
Yeah.
when it's. And then like when something I didn't care about does really well, it doesn't interest me, it annoys me. Because I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
It'd be like that though.
Yeah. I do be like that sometimes. It's like the map thing. Like, if you haven't gone to the Topo Turtle server to vote yet, you should do that.
Oh yeah.
But like I was like, yeah, this is probably one of the best maps I've ever made, and then everybody was like, no, I hate it. I'm like, okay. And I'm just like, I'll just never post anything again. Phil said, I had the worst meeting today, a 2+ hour meeting with 40 people. Ew, why? What was the purpose? Like, for what? Really though, like, anything that can be said in a meeting that big can also be said in an email, and you can't change my mind.
I remember that for when Dungeons and Dinner kicks off.
Yeah. Unless it's for all of us to like sit down and talk about running games. Like, I don't. Just send me an email.
Trying to draw eye patches right now. I can't get any clothing for him that I like.
But I was a good employee and attended. Well, that's good, Phil.
Yo, Phil, have you trained as a chef? Out of curiosity, like I assume you have. Like, you're the food guy essentially.
Mm-hmm. That's not what his job is, but
I mean,
like his
again,
actual job, like his real life job.
Yeah, like
I mean, I like cooking as well, but like I wouldn't want to get a job in it because I'd just lose passion.
He said, "I am not a trained chef." Food man.
You just enjoy your food.
binging with Phil. Am I right? Sorry, go on, Sophie. Keep going.
That's why he can still enjoy cooking. It's because
Mhm.
he's not a professional chef.
Yeah. Like I remember, I really enjoyed designing logos and graphics, and I did it freelance, and I stopped enjoying it as much. And like I stopped. It's probably I think it's because I just never had time to do stuff for myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
While the character art, I don't mind because like I can do a lot of it for myself, and like I'm always like growing anyway. It's all good. Oh.
Booma said more like binging with bad bitch.
Hey, baby.
Puma knows what's up.
For realsies. Binging with Babish is like a guilty pleasure of mine.
I love binging with Babish. I
It's
didn't
like-
like him well. I used to I never like watched him, but like I did like know of his existence. I knew I would like his content, but I never watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to watch cooking, and I used to love him.
Yeah.
But now I find him fucking obnoxious, and I hate watching him. I mean, I get like it's his personality, and like I don't like. That's like I used to like it, and I just don't anymore. So it's not my thing.
Yeah. We were talking about Jenna Marbles earlier. Her boyfriend Julian.
Yeah.
He is like his energy is chaotic, but he does like cooking stuff now. He did it for a while, and then when she like dipped out of the internet, I cried first of all when that happened, but when she like dipped out of the internet, he like took over the Twitch and doing like all the videos and stuff by himself, And so he does like cooking lives and like vlogs and like because they're vegan, and so he makes like, and he has celiacs, I believe, but like severe celiacs, like he can't eat stuff without like dying. And so he makes like crazy shit, and she knows what the actual thing is supposed to taste like, but he's like never had it, so he'll make like vegan hamburgers or like vegan tacos or something like that, and she'll try it and be like, oh my god, it tastes like the real thing. And I'm just like, could you imagine not ever eating food that you love again and having to like make something up in your brain to taste the same way?
Well, like, I mean, that's the fun of it, I guess, with cooking anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I've never tried like a lot of the recipes I would cook that I copied from the internet. Then like I'd make them, I'd like it, and then I thought, okay, I can do better. And then I twist it. And stuff like that.
Phil said, okay, now that we are bringing it up again, are we still doing the fantasy cookbook? We sure should are.
That's awesome.
Maybe.
It's one of the side projects. One of like the journals is going to be from a chef, which will probably be you.
It'll be from head chef Felonius.
Chef Felonius.
Felonius. I'm trying to think. What is a chef in ancient times?
But just a cook. Grandmaster Felonius. The
Grandmaster.
I almost said the
Felonius,
meat man, but that doesn't sound good.
Meat man.
The meat man Felonius. All right, I have a very cool idea for a fantasy cookbook. Hear me out, Phil. You can come into the stream.
I want to hear what you sound like. That's I did a lot of pressure on it.
I mean, I know it's like it's like girlfriend time when he's like hanging out with his fam and stuff. But yeah, if you got time, you can hop in. But yeah, no, it's we have a excuse me, like
well, I sent my sketches.
I have a little more time. Yeah. But yeah,
Hey, baby.
the journals I'm really excited for. I think it's a side project.
I think like those are.
The Meat Man is a crime boss of spice and meat products in the Critical Role series. Oh, okay. So I didn't make that.
I was gonna say fucking your like the journal stuff. That's like they're the grand slam of the project. I think personally, like they can add so much to the campaign that would be run. I think. So I think that'd be pretty spicy.
Yeah, and like the goal for them is they're each supposed to be like, you know how you can pick up books in Skyrim and like when you read them they give you buffs.
Yeah.
So the idea is that like you find the journals, you can actually read them because they'll be like written and stuff, you know. But the idea is like if you find one, they'll also be a like magic item or like a buff of some kind. So excited for those.
See the Brian David Gilbert video where he read all of the Skyrim novels.
What? There's so many.
Yeah, have you heard of the YouTube series Unraveled? It was through Polygon.
No, I'll have to look it up though.
All right, yeah, it's this guy who he's got kind of like an 80s PowerPoint aesthetic to how he presents.
Okay.
And he he's so good. I don't think he works with Polygon anymore. I think he got laid off over the over COVID.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. And he basically he picks,
read all the books.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, he picks over the top like ridiculous video game things to try to figure out like what is Kirby was one of his things. Like he tried to define Kirby and he just kind of went nuts over the course of it. And so yeah, he just picks ridiculous tasks for himself, and so he made himself read, categorize, and then make recommendations about all the Skyrim books. It was hilarious.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, Phil.
That sound like any of what I
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry.
Oh no, you do now. That hello was just very. That sounded more British than I was expecting.
Oh, yeah, the hello sounded
I'm not British
very...
at all.
Yeah, no.
No, exactly. Yeah, like that's my assumption was. One swap, Phil.
Yeah, that's well.
Okay, so I had this very cool idea the other day.
We're ready. Lay it on
So
us.
I was thinking about making the cookbook thing, but like a little bit more than just that. So I was thinking about we could write, we can make NPCs, like I guess like 20-ish NPCs who live in the world that we are building, and those share their story and some of the recipes they make. But they can be like a beet farmer or a tavern keeper, maybe a cook on a ship, maybe a cook
Hey, yes.
from a king or a queen, and they can have really cool backstories that other people can import into their own game.
Yes. I love that. Like a community cookbook. I'm here for it. Mango said you should have
And-
come into with a southern accent shouting, "Howdy, y'all."
Howdy, y'all.
Yes.
Don, is that you?
Yeah, right? Jonathan, is that you? That's a great idea, Phil,
So
actually. I like that a
That
lot.
was my idea.
Yeah.
Like it makes me think that when families pass on cookbooks and stuff like that.
Yeah. Ooh, we could do that.
All the different
Have it
different
be like
NPCs
a-
could have like recipes related to them. Like a farmer has like really simple home cooked style recipes, and maybe a chef from like a king or a queen could have like big roasts and stews and things like that.
Overly ambitious and such. Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
And they could all have like a little bit of backstory, maybe even a stat block or a typical magic item they use or a spell.
Yeah.
So there are more things that people could add to their game. Plus they have like a really cool fantasy themed recipe book.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Can I fucking help you, sir? Sorry, my dog was like, "Hi, I see that you have food. Is that mine?" Colin said the beet farmer has to be named. I don't even.
Let me see what his name is.
I don't-
What's his name said? I can't
Whatever it
actually
is,
tell
Puma
what's-
said no. And then Mango said,
What was it?
consume Prilosec.
Oh, Dwight Schrute from The Office.
Oh, okay.
That was my assumption.
Gotcha. And then a true recipe for perpetual stew. And then food as consumable magic items could really work, yeah. And then, okay, yeah, I don't watch The Office, so I didn't get that one. But
Yeah, I thought it was
other people got it,
I was gonna,
like Puma, who was like, no.
I was gonna say with the consumable stuff, there's actually a YouTuber, not YouTube, sorry, a person that I hang out with on Instagram. She does what's it called? She writes books, and she was talking about in her games how like she uses consumable items, food as stuff like that. And oh no, like, that's just my.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unheard of. Like, you can eat apples
There are
and
things
cabbages.
to work with there.
There are something. Oh no, that's what I was gonna go with it. And then I had a character from a homebrew character from a one shot I was running, and it was this character wanted to play a sentient teabag.
Okay.
Alright.
And like, they're a teabag called Earl Grey, and we made them a water weird, and I thought it was really cool. So like basically what we did is like they could buy tea bags, or they could make tea if they wanted to, like by drying stuff. And depending on what the tea bags the flavor was, it would have benefits or debuffs and such. I think my favorite one was like if they had peppermint tea, they'd be a bit spicy, but there'd also be a refreshing aura around your character within 5 feet. It had no purpose, but it was just a little bit of flavor. Everyone had around you.
Mango, I say Mango redeemed Notice Me Kaz. And then Colin said new support class La Patisserie. And I'm fucking here for it. And then he said, I'm here for the teabag.
Yes.
I'm
Earl Grey
here
was
for it.
I loved Earl Grey.
Yeah, and they could have like some special magic items, like maybe a frying pan that uses heat metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
exactly. Like that's something like I didn't even think about that. But that makes so much sense. Like,
Right.
my approach to world building is like, okay, here's a culture. What did magic do for them? And that's interesting now that you said that. Like, that makes cooking so much fucking easier.
Yeah, indeed.
And they don't need, like, wizards and sorcerers don't even need a fucking hob in their house anymore. Just a fucking one saucepan. Done.
But yeah, even a non-magic user could use a frying pan who's been enchanted with heat magic, heat metal. So it could be like maybe like a traveling spice merchant who
Yeah, just has like they were like
who just
They
has
were-
this pan to cook in.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they were mass produced, but then they didn't sell on the stock market because of poor marketing or something. And then this guy's just trying to get rid of all his pots and pans. And keep metal on it.
But like it would be like nobody believes that that's actually what it does. They're all just like, oh, this guy's just trying to like sell us pans that don't really do anything.
Or nobody wants to use them because when you use the pan and you use the heat metal, everybody just burns themselves because they can't pick it up.
Oh right, because it's the whole thing. There's no actual handle on it.
Yeah, and maybe like only Goliaths could use it because they have the stone skin.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what and like Goliath saying he gained a reputation of with their cooking maybe or something like that. That became not a stereotype, but something insane. World building, dab. I need
Like all the different NPCs could be bound to like a certain area in the world that you are already building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the goal is to release some of the journals will be like specifically with certain storylines. But there are other ones that can just be like a side quest within itself and don't have to be released like in conjunction with a book. They can just be released whenever we finish them. Yeah, so I think that one would be cool to doesn't necessarily have to be in conjunction with any one story. It can just kind of be a little bit of everything.
Fun.
Y'all are talking about the journals. I'm excited. This journal's going to be done soon. I'm almost done with the writing. I have like 1.5 entry left for the writing. And the guy doing the art.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Speaking
and then,
of art,
the way the art's gonna work out because he's doing like a comic strip. Basically, I'm gonna take different sections to put throughout the entries in the journal, and then the last page of the journal is just gonna be the complete like comic strip of it. Yeah.
Yes. So excited. Somebody's made
It gets deep.
banging
It's
sound. Yeah,
emotional.
right in the feels.
I'll be right back.
I'm here for it.
Nature feel.
What are you doing? Dodger's underneath my desk, but he's like under my legs, and I'm like, what are you doing?
All right, that's it. I just came in to chat.
Okay, thanks for letting us know. I'm so excited for it. Bye. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Somebody followed us, I think. I'm just waiting for it to pop up. I heard the sound. I heard the thing.
Thinger.
Yeah. Mango said, oh, it was Majestic Stoner followed us. Thank you, Majestic Stoner, and welcome. Sick Turtle. Thanks. Mango said, is the turtle based off of the Australian reef turtles?
I think it was a loggerhead that I was looking at, but I might have looked at a few while I was referencing it.
Okay, I gotta go as well.
Okay, bye Phil. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.
Majestic said sick turtle, and then Colin says Stoner's welcome here. It's a safe place. And then Puma said don't be weird. That's not weird. We welcome everyone. This is a safe space. This is a consent household. We allow everyone.
Yes.
Unless you're being a bully, in which case get the fuck out.
Right.
I mean, party on, Wayne. Reminds me of Nemo, that's why I asked. Got you.
Oh, as in the turtle.
Yeah, the
that
turtle.
was in Nemo. Oh, okay. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Are
Yeah,
we
turkey. Oh, go ahead.
are we keeping the underside the like teal color, or is it?
Oh, I will be adding some shading to it for sure.
Okay.
I think I actually need to delete it and make it its own layer because it's going to be really hard to access it
Mm-hmm.
as is underneath all this.
Phil said we're all inclusive. How many layers are we at? I know you said that there's a bunch.
That many. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
8,
it doesn't
9,
show
10,
us.
11. Oh, you can't see it? Okay.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I just
Yep.
see you
Some of.
on the button.
Yeah. Okay. New layer. So you can't see it whenever I make a new layer and things like that.
Yeah, I can see like the layer tab highlights, but I can't see like any drop downs or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool look.
That many points to turtle. Yeah, that many Puma. Yuck, I heard my Les gotta go on stream and I hate the sound of my own voice. No, Phil, your voice is fine.
Oh.
Oh no, you moved it. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Oh,
or
the
not.
yeah, it was on purpose.
Okay.
It's always, and also it's also slightly weird because I think I'm slightly ahead of you.
Oh,
So like,
yeah.
what I do is slightly delayed when you see it. So
Yeah, yeah.
what? You did that a second ago.
Yeah, so I have it on two screens. I have the actual like Discord screen up, and then I have the stream playing like on my tablet. That way I can make sure if it's like slowing down, or if the angles need to be changed or anything like that. So don't a lot of people have that where they don't like their own voice, or what? I think so. It's also like if you use the mirror stuff where you see your face like flipped the other way. Most people think it's like real fucking weird and they don't like it, but that's the way that your face actually is. You're just used to seeing it always flipped.
Yep.
Which, that's fine. I don't think I look good in either way. So it's fine. But it's fine. There was one day I was like so busy doing stuff, I like came on the stream and then my hair looked like a hot mess, and I was like, wow guys, thanks for letting me know that I looked like a whole ass potato before I fucking showed up here. Like what are you doing in an hour, Kaz? He went to go do something, but he is in theory will actually technically be here. He said watch another. Sorry.
Starting to blend in with the water a little bit. Finagling.
Sorry. But yeah, I'm trying to see because we're supposed to. Oh my goodness, so many things. A fucking peg leg thing. Sorry, I'm looking at the sketches that Kaz dropped in.
Oh, cool. I'll have to look at them later.
Yeah, so we got about meant what art? I believe it's still a cover, I think. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Hello. Narcissism at its finest. Nah, I'm kidding. You look great. Thanks. Thanks, Mango. There was a person in here earlier who was like, wow, I'm so beautiful. And I was like, thanks. Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
I can't believe, like, I just dip out to get myself some nipples, and then I'll return, and Colin and Phil are both gone. I
Both
didn't even
gone. Didn't even get to say bye.
I didn't even say bye. Sorry about that.
Poon was asking what art you'll be doing when we. Is it the cover or is it? I'm not sure exactly.
Yes.
What it is.
My one's a cover, yeah.
Okay. Do, 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 do. Oh, that sandwich was really good, but I feel like I've got the itis now. I need to take a nap between streams.
I mean, if you want, like, we don't need to do mine.
That's up to you, Cass. If you want to do it, we can, or we can move it to a different day if that's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to move it to a different day. I've got the sketches now anyway, so it's, I'm not rushing for anything.
Okay.
So yeah, we can do. We can move it.
Yeah, we can move it. NBD. Once we got all the things. Got that itis. Ooh. But Puma, I think if you look in the, did you put it in the?
I put it in a circle, but I'll send it to cover.
Yeah.
You got eye patches. Eye patches was the hardest, for sure.
Yeah, you remember you saying that you were having a hard time with it. I don't know. I like the peg leg, the one with the fucking. I love it. I love the pose. It looks like he's frolicking. I'm so here for it. Oh my gosh, Sophie looks so good.
I should make peg legs a bit more happy then.
I mean, I might jump on then. Jump on when we do the art, or jump on the... Yeah, because I don't know if we'll do it today. We might move it to a different day. But, yeah, Puma, you're more than welcome to join in the streams whenever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the grass. It's looking so good.
Good. Yeah.
And the little splashes in the water.
That's gonna be. I'm good. I think I'm looking most forward to the water.
Yeah.
Getting around to that. In part because it's kind of just like a big gradient that I don't have to do much with.
Yeah, he's just the blob, but.
Yep. But yeah, I definitely got to start with the turtle because he's gonna have the most.
Yeah.
Variety of color, which I need to use to determine what everything else is going to look like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Sophie, what is your, like, background for art? Like, did you go to school for art, or did you just, like...
I was a journalism major, actually.
Oh.
And I thought I was going to be a righty person.
Mm.
And then I tried to actually make a career out of it, and I found out I just hate politics, which no matter what you do, kind of just seeps into everything.
Yeah.
And I was just having a horrible time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had always been a very artsy person, just because my parents were very artsy people. They actually were art majors. They had education.
Oh, right. I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had always been picking up things from them over the years. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to see if I can develop that. And so I got back into my, my marker thing, which I'd been doing for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember why, but this year I decided to get a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly I'm like, oh, this is my calling to write, to draw digitally.
Yeah.
I think it appeals to my control freak nature because I have all the control.
And it's a lot easier, I think, like, drawing digitally because you can backtrack like so easily.
Right.
Like if you
Oh yes.
if you mess up a color or you don't like the way it looks, it's if you did it right and you have like the layers separated enough, then you can easily go back and change anything that you want instead of having to like
Right.
if it was a painting like and you didn't
Right.
like a color, instead of having to go back and redo the whole fucking thing, you can just
Yup.
pop it out and fix it.
That was kind of one of my revelations when I started drawing digitally. I'm like, I'm getting way better, way quicker because I'm willing to take risk.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with marker, I kind of limited myself because I didn't want to waste a lot of effort on something that would look bad.
Right. Or materials too. Like that stuff isn't cheap. Like
markers are so expensive.
Yeah.
I remember we were discussing it as well. I mean, so one-on-one with the streams earlier. Because like with digital, like you have so much freedom to
just
like with the brushes as well. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it takes a learning curve for sure. Like
Yeah.
I still don't know half of what I can use on this program, and I really want to learn more. But yeah.
Yeah, you
use
Photoshop, right? Like an older version of Photoshop?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kaz, you use Fire Alpaca.
I cut my teeth on Photoshop, so like that like a lot of that transferred over to Fire Alpaca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't.
Features you like more?
I mean, Fire Alpaca is just easy to draw on because it lets me. Because like I prefer a smoother line art style.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to sketch out my lining. I can just trace over what I've sketched on Fire Alpaca. And I want to try Clip Studio, but like Photoshop smoothness is just too weak, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't like some of the Photoshop. But like for graphics and like planning a piece out, it's much better. But like Clip Studio is
I love Clip
like
Studio.
right now my Photoshop. You like I don't like Clip Studio.
I know.
It's just finding the right software. But like when my friend suggested Fire Alpaca, I would have just put up with using Photoshop for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
But like my friend suggested Fire Alpaca, and then it was basically like the fucking gates of heaven opened up to me.
Yeah, I bought a drawing tablet in order to use it with Arkenforge and Dungeon Fog when I started like making maps, because it was just easier for me to like draw it out instead of using the mouse.
Right.
And both of them supported it, especially when it came to like doing brush layers and stuff like that. And the tablet came with Clip Studio and two other programs. But Clip Studio is like meant for anime and like manga drawing and like comic drawing.
Yeah.
And
maybe it used to be called Manga Painter.
Yeah, it did. And then they like redid it. And but yeah, so I had it for the longest time and I never really used it. And Forgotten Adventures, where I buy all my assets from, like the license that I pay for them, they do all of their stuff in Clip Studio. And so I opened it up a couple times because they released like a how-to video about like their drawing style, and at the level of their Patreon that I pay for, I can get like their brush tools in Clip, like in the files, and like I can get the actual like assets as files, and I can go in and change the color or change things about them if I want to. And so I was like, wow, this is really fucking useful.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And then my husband bought me a tablet for Christmas, and the new Samsung tablets come with like 6 months of Clip Studio on them, and so that's what I've been using for everything. And I was like, why didn't I do this sooner?
I've noticed that your maps have really nice texturing, and I've always been kind of envious of that. Is that,
Yeah.
do you think that's a product of the program, or is that just your style?
So for the maps that I make, most of them are actually made in Dungeon Draft now. I used to do them in Ark and Forge and Dungeon Fog. Now I do them in Dungeon Draft. But a lot of the like crispness that comes from those maps is because Forgotten Adventures does all of their assets in 300 DPI.
Okay.
And I capitalize on that, which is also why my fucking map files are usually like 60, 70, 80 megabytes a piece. Like, they're fucking huge files.
You're the reason. Like, those maps you gave me are the reason my Mac started tanking.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's because they just fucking...
boys.
Yeah, they hefty. And I compress them, like, for when I send them to, like, Colin to put them in the book and stuff. So that I can actually send them to him, like, over Discord or, like, in emails or whatever. But, like, I have to compress them first because they're fucking huge. They're so big. But they're so beautiful, and that's what I love about them. And I'm just like, it's so crisp. You can zoom in all the way and see everything, and I love that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, I can't take credit for how good the art is, because that is not me at all. That is 1,000% them. I wish I could. But they, like I said, they do offer the files, and so I could go in and like change the colors or like change what they're holding or like take away certain things if I really wanted to, and I've considered doing it a couple times. I just haven't like gathered the balls to like hop in and fucking do it yet. But
Yo, Colin, if you're still in chat, that map you put up on Insta is really cool.
What?
The cottage. Oh no, I just saw Colin put a map on Insta.
On Instagram? On his Instagram at Family Fantasy RPG. That one? That Instagram?
Not an obvious tag or anything.
Not a...
How can I add on to that? But then I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I got business stuff.
Oh, you mean like... Did you see it on your Instagram, Kaz the DM? Is that?
Actually, I saw my Dungeon one, but yes.
Smooth.
But now that you mention it.
Oh shit, it's not meant to. Oh, see, if I go to it, then it just... Oh, that's his way. I'm looking for it. I realize how, like, diverse my Instagram feed is. Because this is a picture of a kitchen. This is a picture of witchy stuff. This is a picture of a huge man. It says, when your Goliath walks into a tavern run by halflings. And it's this huge man standing talking to a bunch of tiny women at, like, a restaurant. I don't know if you fit. Sometimes my camera does weird stuff, so I don't know. But, then that looks like... Oh, it's an athame. Okay, that's not what that looked like. That didn't look like that for a second. I'm trying to... What? There's so many things.
I have returned.
Oh.
Hello, Colin.
Hello, Colin.
Hello.
Hello.
Bonsoir.
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 Kuma might jump on.
Yeah, I think that was later for Kaz's stream, but I don't... We're gonna move that to a different time. I'm just looking at my Instagram feed, trying to find the map that you just posted. I guess I could just search for your Instagram, which again is Family Fantasy RPG if anyone's looking.
Yeah, I bet I will tell you 100%. my map that I posted was inspired by your crazy kitchens. I definitely added detail to like
Hey!
crazy kitchen level detail.
Yay!
I
That makes me happy. It does look really good.
Thank you. And of course, maps are just ridiculous on Instagram. My posts, like on my children's game, average like 190 to 200 exposure, and then these maps are getting like, I think this map is like 600 right now.
Jesus. That's a lot. Yeah, it's been a while since I posted a map. I'm gonna have to do the Glade one though, and I don't know. I haven't asked if we're allowed to post the ones that were in the contest.
I think
It's going into a free map pack.
Yeah, but I know he's
post it for free.
posting them on Instagram, but I don't know if it's all of them or just the winners. And like I know I'm not gonna win,
All of them.
so
Yeah, I think he's doing all of them.
Yeah, he's done everyone's, I think.
yeah. But I think they were all stories, not like actual posts. So I would like to do it as like a post.
I think you should be allowed to. I mean,
Yeah.
you can always message.
Yeah, I'm probably what I'll do is just wait until it's over and then do it. Yeah. And then I thought about posting it on Reddit too, but kill me.
I post it.
Yeah, but then again, because it's like it's gonna be a map pack in Topa Turtle, like. But I saw some other people who posted theirs on Reddit.
Yeah. I mean, you can also ask Eric as well.
Yeah.
But, like, I reckon, like I think he'd be fairly happy. Because, like, if anything, like, it just is more exposure
Hello.
about you.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. And Eric's all about it.
Yeah, he's all about that community life.
I was going to say, that's another way of saying you're extremely polyamorous. Not saying Eric is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is.
Oh,
But no, it was just a thought in my head. What? He could be.
if you hear that squeaking sound, it's my dog.
It's your
I
dog.
thought it was a chair.
No, that's my dog. He's got. Come here, Pumpkin.
Like,
I have to take my headphones
when-
off to pick him up though, cause he a big bitch. Come here. Come.
I was going to say, if I'm ever in a
All the way
corner
up.
fair,
Oh, who's a good boy?
but I think, yeah, he is.
All the way. Come here. Come on, handsome boy. Oh, thank you. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. Oh, hello.
The language of dogs.
He's actually, he's really smart in like a really dumb boy kind of way. Like he's super dumb.
My dog is a straight up bee. Straight up. Like, she has, ever since my son was born, she switched to like, I'm a mom. I have to protect everyone from everything.
Gotcha.
So, like, we went to a dog party and she literally chose the smallest dog and attacked it twice.
Oh my god.
Just like, oh my gosh. So now we don't take her anywhere. We don't. Really sad. We took her to a dog beach. She did good at the dog beach.
Poor
She likes running with me more than she likes picking fights with other dogs.
Yeah.
But like,
There's also kittens.
a lot of people here where we live now walk around without leashes, and we just have to be like, hey, it's our dog. She's not good. If she's on a leash and your dog comes over, like,
Yeah.
she's gonna be pissed off.
Have you seen the thing where people put like a yellow ribbon around their leash to like let other people know that their dog like needs space?
Okay.
Yeah.
Vic said, my sister just texted me, I'm a goddamn treat. I will have you know that I'm a fucking delight to be around. Hey, tell
Did
your
you
sister we
question
said
her?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
She sure as
We're
shit
enjoying those
is.
vibes. But like, was it challenged? Is she like, what was your last text you texted her? Was it like,
Yeah.
You're annoying.
Yeah. I
But
feel
the
the need to
context
tell
is-
everyone I'm hilarious regardless
You're
of the
hilarious.
context.
I know. It's the equivalence. You know? I am hilarious. I'll have you know.
I am. Even if you didn't ask, I will tell you. Take a look. What?
Man, that looks so good.
It does look so good.
Wow.
So the trees.
Yes.
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Even like the turtle's smug ass face. He's
Yeah.
just like,
He's just like, what's up, bitches? Like,
I am bigger than these wyverns. Not much you can do about it.
try to sleep with these dicks on your back.
especially since that one is like straight up fucking right next to his eyeball. Like,
Yeah.
Like when the cat puts its like paw or tail in your nose or mouth or something.
this one right here. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
He's a little
Look,
bit over.
Vic said, I told her she's a sour ass garden gnome.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, that's
Yeah.
an appropriate response.
It's an appropriate response.
Unless she was being sour, then it's justified.
Yeah, I guess. But
Because
Best flavor.
nice people can be sour.
yeah. Or salt, like salt clean it up, you know.
I've been very sour and salty for like
Yeah.
a month now.
I heard.
Salt queen.
Never mind.
Like I always thought like I'm giving Salt Queen and fucking sour vibes for like
Salt
a while
queen
now.
energy.
Like,
I
No,
think
you might initially, but they're never sustained. Like you could be salty for like 5 seconds at a time. but
Yeah.
then you're just like, nah, I'm kidding.
yeah, and then you like return back to like vibe time. Yeah.
it's just gotta-
It's quick salt.
Yeah.
quick salt.
Like a sprinkle.
Quick salt.
Yeah.
Best
Like
part,
somebody
quick salt.
knocked over the table salt on the table, and then you just like pick
And
it up
yeah,
and throw it over your
shoulder.
shoulder, and then it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Kaz salt. It's the quick salt. over
Yeah.
salt. Just to be safe.
I've never felt more honored in my
Understood.
life.
Understood. We get
Yeah,
you.
understood.
Dude.
Thanks, mate. So here's Colin. Here's your Certified Hood Classic badge. You already had it, but like here's 2.
Here you go. Here's some extra.
You can take the one I took from Don.
And even when you zoom in, it looks fucking beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
The attention to detail is something else.
I like it because it is very much stylized. a
Yeah.
little bit. The trees are very stylized, and it's just great.
If you ever want to find the reference I used, hang on, I gotta look at it. It was a specific species of tree that someone recommended I look at. I think it was called like a Lebanese cypress. No,
Ooh.
Lebanese cedar.
It's got bonsai vibes.
Mm.
It
kinda
does.
does. It's
It does.
very cool. Lebanon cedar is what it's called. It's got this weird like tiered flat look to it, and it was just perfect for what I had in mind.
Do you look up a reference for everything you draw?
Kinda, yeah. Like the turtle, definitely so. I had the reference up for the pelican wyverns because I wanted to make sure they looked right.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
It kind of challenges me to draw better if I always have a reference up.
Well, I think it also gives reason to why the anatomical your creatures are very anatomically like descriptive.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you. There's some things I am like practiced enough that I can more or less like consistently get the same thing every time. Like dragons,
Yeah.
some certain styles of dragons I could do
Yeah.
off the top of my head, but I always tend to like it more if I look at a reference and get new ideas first.
It looks so good. I just keep staring at it. We were fangirling hella hard right at the beginning, and Donnie was like, "Wow, y'all just gonna fangirl?" I'm like, "Damn, Skippy, we're gonna fangirl. It's fucking beautiful." Like,
We're fangirl for your local artists.
yeah, really though.
I really appreciate it. It makes me feel so good.
Good.
Nothing
We appreciate
feels more
you. I'm here for it.
Okay.
Like,
Wang wang. Why are you crying? Is it because Daddy left?
So Victor, I thought you were gonna expand on this story with your sister.
Yeah, right. It's just was there a reason why she was being a sour ass garden gnome,
No,
or
here's the question: is was she just being sour, or is she sour?
is she, yeah,
Does
yeah,
she have perpetual sourness?
yeah? Is she a
is she
salt
a sour
queen,
patch kid?
or is she just in a sour mood? Because there is a difference.
Toasty. What is that?
I don't know if you guys just heard my jaw pop. That was aggressive.
I didn't.
Ooh, we are 3
Oh.
minutes to noon, by the way.
Oh, we are. Okay, well, I guess we can begin the outros here. Oh, hey, look, Hudlin's
Yeah.
back. All right. Well, we'll start with you, Sophie, since do you like to promote yourself?
Well, I guess I probably should. I am on Instagram as IronTofu42, because apparently there are other Iron Tofus out there. But yeah, and I do monster art and landscapes apparently.
Yeah, it looks fucking good.
Vic also sent this rest of the story.
Yeah. Are your commissions currently open?
Oh yes, yes they are.
Yes, they are. Okay.
And I do have a website up on through my Instagram that can be accessed for more information. So
Cool. Dr. Colin, you are next.
Okay, yeah. Family Fantasy RPG. You can go. There's a website. Just Family Fantasy RT. I can't talk. FamilyFantasyRPG.com. I do two major things right now, other than the Turtle Guild. I do homebrew content for Wildspire Miniatures, and then I have a kids 5e RPG game. Actually, very soon, hoping to expand that into 3 different kids 5e RPG games.
Ooh, exciting. Cool. Casmodius, you are next.
Bonsoir, I'm your boy Kaz. You can find me on Instagram at KazDM or on my Twitch there in chat. And I'm going to be tuning some Final Fantasy 15 later.
Cool.
3 hours.
Sweet. Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thank you, Sophie, for doing your art. It looks so good. I'm so excited about it.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I believe our next stream is, what is today? Wednesday, at 9:30 Central Time with Dr. Colin. It will be another morning brew with Dr. Colin. So make sure you have coffee and brain stuff. I know, I'm so excited. We're almost there. And then I also stream on Wednesdays, both as Golden Maps on YouTube and Mappy Hour, which is a couple hours after Dr. Colin on. He does mornings, and then I do nighttime ones. Kaz, as in Kazmataz. I'm confusing you for a different Kaz. No, he is Kazmataz. That's him.
You are Kazmataz?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kazmataz. It's 3.
It's 3 Z's. Yeah.
But like I also do KazDM as well. It's like my main.
Yeah.
On Twitch.
I thought Kazmataz had like a lot.
That's my personal one, but I don't even use it anymore. It's my personal.
Yeah.
Well, like I use Kazmataz on like Xbox and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just KazDM for like my D&D stuff.
Hey, Kaz.
I know you. We're homies.
Andrew.
Oh,
there goes Andrew popping in. Andrew, it looks great. 100 years late. No, it's fine. We're
Yeah. But Andrew, we put in your cover into the PDF, and your cover also looks amazing.
It looks so good, yeah.
Oh.
It does. It looks pretty good. Okay, well, again, thanks everyone for attending. We appreciate you. Thanks again, Sophie, for doing the art for us. It's so
Welcome,
beautiful.
new people.
Yeah, thank you everyone who followed. I think we had Majestic Stoner, Victor, Bearded Fortress, and Logo My Doggo were all our new ones today. So thank you again, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Logo My Doggo followed me.
Oh, nice. All right, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Right.
Oh, hang on.
Holy cow.
That was a good stream.
Hang
That
on.
was a good stream.
That was awesome.
Okay, we're good.